Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Tyler and I just do consistent content, all things related hockey in the NHL overall. And yes, I still can't believe it, but the reality is that the New York Rangers won the first overall pick in the 2020 NHL Draft Lottery for the Phase 2 of that lottery, which will ultimately mean, drumroll please, they're going to draft Alexis Lafreniere.
This U.S. team doesn't play at the imminent.
Lafreniere, what a goal! What a goal! Dying seconds of the power play.
Yes, that Alexis Lafreniere. So that's what we'll be discussing today. Lafreniere, the potential immediate impact he will have on this New York Rangers roster, and given the fact that the Rangers already have a foundation set, not just with their roster, but their prospect pool, being led by the likes of Alexis Lafreniere will surely lead them into the promised land. Yes, a Stanley Cup, if not Stanley Cup victory or victories. Time will tell, but there is so much promise behind this kid, and for good reason. So that's what I'll be discussing with you today. All those things and the impact he will ultimately have on this roster. But without further ado, let's get right into this video. But are you new to the channel? If so, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy this kind of hockey content. Thank you all so much for everyone that's been supporting me thus far. And thank you all so much for the love and appreciation on the reaction video and the mock draft. All those great things recently. It means so much to me. Help us reach 400 subscribers. We're so close and I know we will surely get there. And with the more growth I have on this channel, the more leeway I will be able to have when it comes to doing a lot of amazing things on this channel with all things regarding hockey content. So thank you all again. Make sure you hit those buttons if you end up enjoying this kind of video, and without further ado, let's get right into this Rangers vid. If you just take a look at what Alexis Lafreniere has done in his past 3 years in the QMJHL, playing for the same team that Sidney Crosby played for, the stats are telling. In his rookie year with them, he had 80 points, as you can see, including 42 goals. And then in his sophomore year, he, of course, had 105 points for a 25-point increase from his rookie year, including 68 assists. And then his year leading up now, getting cut short due to COVID-19, had, in 52 games played, had, yes, 112 points, including 77 assists. Alexis Lafreniere is truly a remarkable talent and is showing just why he has been coveted as the first overall selection for years now, going back to when he was just a young teen from the ages to 10 to 12. He really looks like he is going to be the next big thing the NHL has seen. But getting on to his accolades since 2015-2016 season, this is a lot to handle. So take a moment. If you need to stop this video, screenshot it, whatever you need to do to look at all these awards, by all means go for it, because what Alexis has done for years now, going back to when he was only 12 and 13, has been remarkable. And especially given his play in the World Juniors for Team Canada, helped them win gold this past year, really remarkable. And he was the best forward, and he of course was the All-Star team. And wait, I'm not sure. I thought they won gold this past year, but I could be wrong. If I am wrong, let me know in the comments below, but I thought they did. But regardless, Alexis, look at all these accolades. It is so hard to process, and as a Rangers fan, you're just oozing out the mouth given how good this kid truly is. But listen, why has Alexis been coveted like this? Well, unlike many other draft years, this is a draft year that is deemed by many, and I mean many, sports writers, analysts, whatever it may be, that truly believe this could very well go down as the best NHL draft class in history. Now, time will tell regarding this, of course, but Alexis Lafreniere has steadily been the assumption to go first overall, even after all these years of other players developing and looking like a fantastic, loaded, offensively talented draft class. Alexis Lafreniere has looked like the most poised, NHL-ready player of them all, right around 6'1", just under 200 pounds. The left winger can truly do it all. He is very solid in his own zone. One of the best players I've ever seen one-on-one with being poised with the puck. Puck control just fantastic. He can split through your defense like it is nothing. That was evident in the highlight I showed you. He is a wicked backhander. Really reminds me of Kane and Crosby-esque with how smooth his hands and shot are, how strong his shot is wherever he may be in the offensive zone, and he loves bringing up the rush, and that is evident. Whether he is passing the puck with a no-look snake eyes pass or ripping the shot, whether it be a one-timer or just taking the puck and taking that shot off, he really does it all, and he loves leading the offensive rush for sure. He is a guy who, when he comes into this Rangers roster, will want to dominate that line for sure, whatever it may be, whether he's on the first, second, or third line, which would be very interesting to see him play along the likes of Panarin. I know they're both left wingers, but seeing that happen, especially on special teams, is going to show just how dynamic and how deadly this Rangers roster will be. But Lafreniere has been coveted for so long, and those are just a couple reasons why. Make sure you watch more highlights if you haven't. He is just such a remarkable player. I've been watching him for a couple years now, leading into juniors when he was 16, playing in his first World Juniors. He has just been lights out, one of the best players I've seen in quite some time, and I never really gave the full thought that the Rangers would possibly win this first overall pick. So seeing that they did, you know my reaction. You probably saw my reaction video. If you didn't, make sure you do after this one, because that was all genuine. I still can't believe the Rangers won it. It's almost been a week now, but Lafreniere in this Rangers offense is surely going to propel them from being a borderline playoff contender to a sure playoff contender as soon as next year. And when you look at this roster already, you have Artemi Panarin, who's a finalist for the Ted and Hart trophy. I really hope he wins at least one of them, the Lindsay and the Hart. I really think he would win the Hart given how amazing he was in his debut season as a New York Ranger. The best free agent signing they've ever had in their history, in my opinion, with 95 points. Mika Zibanejad, their top centerman, 75 points, 41 goals in 57 games. Remarkable. Led the league and when it came to the goal scorers by goal percentage per game this year. Truly remarkable. I believe he really would have hit 45 to 50 if he played a full 82-game season. And then you have guys like Pavel Buchnevich, who may be subject to trade given the wing depth on this team, had 46 points. Chris Kreider extended for another 6-7 years, had 45 points, looking solid. Where will he be in the lineup? I'm not sure. Ryan Strome, where is he going to go? Is he going to stay with the team or be traded? Of course, he is a free agent now, and I believe he's an RFA. 59 points. Jesper Fast, he may very well walk because I don't know if the Rangers are going to extend him. 29 points on the year. Then you have other guys like Brendan Lemieux with 19 points. I believe he will stay with the roster even though he's going to be a free agent again. And then Filipino looking strong, 23 points. I'm really excited about what the future holds for him. Kaapo Kakko, the former second overall pick, 23 points, but don't let that phase you. He looked fantastic in the qualifying round, the best Ranger forward in my opinion, and he's only getting started. And just wait to see what he can do with possibly Alexis Lafreniere as his line mate for years to come. And then you get to that, of course, fourth line, Brett Howden, very debatable guy when it comes to his defensive play, of course, at 19 points on the year. And then, of course, other guys, whether it be the likes of Julien Gauthier, the former first-round pick in 2016, acquired it from Joey Keane in that trade with Carolina Hurricanes. He could very well be a crucial part to the Rangers going forward as a potential surprise guy, 6'4", really speedy, like Kreider, given his size, and knows how to shoot the puck. He's done everything at the AHL level, so let's see what he does at the NHL level in a camp with the Rangers going into next year. But then you have other guys, too, like Philip DiGiuseppe and Greg McKegg, who both look solid for the Rangers in their short stints. Then you get to that defense, of course, whether it be the likes of Adam Fox, who looked amazing in his rookie year, a top 10 defenseman in the NHL, analytically speaking, 42 points on the year, fantastic 5-on-5 and on the power play. Jacob Trouba, 27 points. Not great numbers given he had a 50-point season with Winnipeg before, but I will give him the benefit of the doubt that he did not get nearly as much special teams playing time because of the likes of Fox and Tony DeAngelo, who had 53 points on the year, led the New York Rangers in points as a defenseman with 53. Who knows if he is going to stay with the Rangers or if they're going to trade him off? I'm not sure, but he is really looking amazing in that offensive zone for sure. Then you have Ryan Lindgren, an awesome pairing with Fox there, had 14 points on the year. Brendan Smith, hate that contract, but it is what it is. He's playing with Trouba, looking decent at times with 8 points. A really good, locker room guy for sure, especially with Kaapo Kakko. They have a strong connection. And then, of course, Mark Stahl, another contract I hate. He's definitely past his prime. Had 11 points on this year, on this past season, and he has 1 year left on his contract. So we'll see what the Rangers do there. But look, the Rangers on paper have a very strong-looking team with Lafreniere in the mix. Now you add that with that prospect pool that they have, with, of course, whether it be the likes of Igor Shesterkin, Vitaly Kravtsov, Niels Lundqvist, Keandre Miller, Zach Jones, Morgan Barron, who looks like he will compete for that bottom six. Kravtsov, I really hope makes the roster, but I don't think he will. Definitely will be tough. Keandre Miller looks like he could very well make the roster if he has a strong camp, but he will for sure be with the Wolfpack. Zach Jones, a very surprise guy who was drafted in the third round back in 2019. Looks like he will make the Rangers in a couple years, if not this upcoming year. Matthew Robertson, another strong Ranger defenseman on the left side, drafted in the second round in 2019, was coveted by many as a first round talent, so really quite the steal for the Rangers. But the list just goes on and on. Gauthier as well, who's still currently a prospect. And like I said, Igor Shesterkin is going to lead the way as the heir apparent to Henrik Lundqvist. An amazing season he had. 10 wins, 2 losses, a save percentage of .932, and a goals allowed average of .952. Really awesome numbers. But look, this Rangers prospect pool, top 5 in the NHL, even with the likes of Kaapo Kakko, Adam Fox, and Igor Shesterkin now in the roster. it's not changing anything. This prospect pool looks amazing. Hats off to Jeff Gordon and newly crowned president and John Davidson. They have done an amazing job. And Chris Drury, who very well could be on his way out as a GM for a team upcoming, because he is going to interview with the Florida Panthers, which does upset me, but he is definitely deserving of being a GM in the NHL. If not within New York Rangers, then definitely somewhere else. But look, besides all that, the New York Rangers are in amazing hands. They have a foundation set for Alexis Lafreniere to come into a team that is already on the poise of being a possible playoff, if not then cup contender. Bringing in Lafreniere in this top 6, top 9, if you will, whether he's along the likes of Kakko and Filipino, and boy, oh boy, would that be a third line, the deadliest third line in the NHL, no question. If he's in that top 6, whether it be along the likes of Panarin on his off wing possibly, or of course in that top line with bumping Kreider down in that third line, having Lafreniere next to Zibanejad, Buchnevich, whoever it may be, it's going to be deadly. Lafreniere is going to lead this Rangers team to the promised land. There's no doubt in my mind. They have plenty of awesome moves that they have to make. A lot of tough decisions, but they are good decisions, good problems to have, if you will, with a lot of guys that are up on their contracts. The Rangers can do so much now. They can possibly move Kreider if they want. Not that I want them to move Kreider. I love Kreider. I always have since he was drafted by the Rangers, but it seems evident that he is looking like the odd man out on the left side of Lafreniere plays to his potential, so we'll see what happens there. But then when it comes to that center position, and the Rangers do say walk away from Ryan Strome, if they do trade him, they could offer sheet a guy. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Matt Barzal possibly? I know that's a stretch. Are they going to go with a guy more realistic like Philip Deneau, who was 7th in the AHL in Selke voting this year, a very strong two-way centerman who is really being slept on by a lot of guys? I don't know who it's going to be, but the Rangers have a lot of great moves that they still need to make, and I'm fully confident in this management and this team. And Alexis Lafreniere is a guy who the Rangers have never had in their team before, so finally having a guy, a homegrown talent besides Kakko now, that are going to lead this team in the future, that line, that connection could easily be the Rangers' version of a Sidney Crosby and a Malkin, with of course the Crosby likeliness given the hands and the playmaking ability with Lafreniere, and Kakko being a similar build to Malkin, 6'4", can really do a lot. Between 6'2" and 6'4" can really do a lot for them. Is only going to get better. And look, I'm not saying they're going to be as good as either one of these players. I'm not saying that they're going to be these players. I hope that they're the first of their Lafrenieres and the Kakkos of the world. I think that's better than comparing them. But there's no doubting that the Rangers are finally in position, winning the lottery back-to-back years, similar to the Penguins as well with Malkin and Crosby, where they can finally have a foundation set, 2 guys that can truly lead this team into the promised land, along with who they already have in Artemi Panarin, Mika Zibanejad, that defense, Adam Fox, oh boy do I love him, Crimson Chin, not to mock him by any means, but you know what I mean, and that goaltending tandem between Igor Shesterkin, who really looks amazing, and Alexander Georgiev, if he doesn't get traded. I'm loving what this Rangers roster is looking like, and that prospect pool, Niels Lundqvist, Keandre Miller, Vitaly Kravtsov. Trust me, guys, this is only the beginning. So let me know in the comments below what you think. Are you excited about Alexis Lafreniere most likely being drafted by the New York Rangers? What do you expect from him in his rookie year? And do you think he will lead this team to the promised land? Make sure to let me know in the comments below. Thank you all so much, guys, for checking out this video. Make sure you check out my previous videos right down here if you haven't. Thank you all so much for the subscribers. Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't. Make sure you hit like if you haven't. Help me reach 400 subscribers. This is only the beginning, guys. And without further ado, I'll see you guys next time.